Shortly, you know our first guests as the Oscar-winning star of Pollock and the Emmy-nominated heartthrob from hits like The West Wing and Parks and Recreation. Now they are coming together to save lives in the busiest ER in the country on the riveting CBS medical drama, Code Black. Take a look.
They keep reinserting. The vessel keeps migrating. Can you give it a shot?
I'm gonna try and enter it. Smidge inferiorly.
You're in. You want pressers?
Yes. Dr. Dixon, have a nurse hang a bag of norepinephrine.
Thanks.
Sometimes success is just a fresh pair of eyes.
Please welcome Marcia, Harden, and Lowe. Welcome. Well, we're thrilled to have you guys. Congratulations on the new season of Code Black. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But first, Rob, I want to make sure we're a little worried about you. We just want to make sure you've recovered from your Comedy Central roast.
My Comedy Central roast, one piece.
Which was one of the all-time best roasts in the history of, yes, it was incredible.
Right? It was fun, right? I made it. I lived.
You actually volunteered to get roasted by David Spade, Peyton Manning, even Jewel took a couple of shots at you.
Yeah.
Did anybody? These things are notoriously rough.
They're rough. No, it's like being in the NFL. You go there to get hit.
Right.
That's. And I look at it as a badge of honor. You know, if you can take it, you know, if people can bring their best, it's a good. I mean, Marcia was in the audience. She was when things would get rough, I'd look at her and she'd have one single tear.
That's not me. Did anybody try to talk you out of it?
Well, I asked my sons, who are 20, you know, the early 20s, and they're cool guys. They know everything that's cool and everything Dad should do and what Dad shouldn't do. Right. And I said, should I do it? And they're like, oh, Dad, you have to. No, okay. And then I asked my wife, Cheryl, she goes, oh, no, you cannot. And then she was like, well, but wait, they're paying you? I'm like, yeah. She goes, how much? I told her, she goes, oh, you have to.
In the audience, which is the safest place to sit, because once you're up there, you get hit too.
Absolutely.
It's craziness. But what would you have liked to have asked Rob?
Well, first of all, I thought center stage was bad. That was like being in center stage. There's blood and guts everywhere. But if I had been up there, I would say, Rob, just show us how you've come to put gloves on this show, Code Black, because this man, you know, if you're roasting him, you have to know this man is beautiful, and he knows it. Okay? On center stage, his doctor, he goes like this. He puts it on right near his face.
Yeah, we know the face.
So it's the close-up right near his face. He snaps it, and then he kind of flexes his muscle just a little bit. He flexes.
Well, listen, Miss Oscar winner. In case you didn't know, that is called film technique.
I thought it was really television.
Rob, why don't you show us this film technique? Surgical gloves. How is this done?
Look, here's the thing. It doesn't do anybody any good if I'm putting my gloves on down here. Now, it does.
Okay, I do that. I do that.
We don't know what
But if I'm doing, I have a ring on. I have a ring on that I don't usually. Hang on. I had to make this exactly right.
That's right. And by the way, the color of the gloves perfectly matches the steel blue color of the gloves.
It's just this. It's just. That's it.
Yeah.
By the way, nothing says I'm a doctor quite like this.
That's absolutely right.
But Marcia and Fabulous Handsome Rob, before the new season of Cold Black, you guys went to medical boot camp, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Marcia, what did you learn there?
She's the expert.
Oh, well, I already knew.
Yes.
You see, I already knew. You know, there's a lot of terminology that you have to learn. You're learning all about thoracotomies. You're learning how to use your gloves. You're learning how to do all of that stuff. But it was when Rob came that we had a little terminology discussion about, you know, the boot camp there.
Yeah.
What did you learn, Rob?
I learned that the terminology coming. I'm kind of good with that because the West Wing was nothing but big words. I have the best words.
So you knew myocardial.
I have words are the best words.
Yes.
So I'm good with the words, but the hard part was doing the words and doing the medical procedures.
At the same time.
Doing the procedures at the same time with 4 different cameras. And that's what I love about doing this show is, as an actor, it's challenging. And
so any procedure you think you can handle?
Oh, my goodness.
In real life?
Geez, what do you think we could do on them if they needed it?
Listen, I'm just grateful that the Screen Actors Guild SAG is after my name and not MD.
Yeah.
It would be like you think you could do it.
Cheryl just wants you to do any procedure.
You just want mouth to mouth. Cheryl wants mouth. She wants mouth to mouth. That's what she wants.
You know what?
Right?
Here's what I learned. Sadly, they don't want you doing mouth-to-mouth anymore.
No?
Sadly, that is not part of CPR. No, it's not.
Yes, but you
Gynecology, that's
I know things. Chest compressions? No. There's still chest compressions, ladies.
That's right. There's still chest compressions. Show them on me, Rob.
In addition to Code Black, millions of women and a lot of men are counting down the days until 50 Shades Darker comes out, the sequel to 50 Shades of Grey. It's coming out in February.
Yes.
Did you read these books ahead of time? And if so, who did you picture as your Christian Grey? Because I think everybody who loved the books had a different idea.
Everybody does, and depending on your age, you have a different Christian Grey, right? Like my 12-year-old, if I let her see it, which I won't, she would have her own version, which would be nothing for me. So my idea is Ed Harris. I just think he's the hottest thing. Ed Harris is
He's rugged. Those blue eyes.
I'm sorry. When Ed directed me in my Oscar-winning. You might have seen it, Paula. We had to do a scene where we were kissing him because Ed was directing it. You know, like other things, when you're doing scenes where you're kissing, half the time it's film and, like, you know, your hair is like this, and you're like, oh, please, dear God, someone just say cut. But with Ed, I was like, please, dear God, don't say cut, don't say cut. And he was directing it, so he was in. I was like, oh, yes, don't say cut, don't say cut. And, of course, Amy Madigan was there. I was like, thank you, Amy, for not making him say cut.
Well.
I like Clint Eastwood, too. He's pretty hot.
Yeah.
But I know.
Another Oscar winner.
Richard Armitage, he's amazing. And, of course, there's always...
Finally.
He was fuming.
So mad.
Rob was fuming.
Yeah.
His steely gray, his steely blue turned gray.
So mad.
50 Shades of Grey right there.
My favorite thing about my wife was obsessed with those books, Cheryl. But my favorite thing was that she thought the character, what's his name, Mr. Grey, was so sexy because his closets were so well organized.
Marcia Gay Harden and Rob Lowe.